Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam, and in this video I'm going to be planting 3 White Wedding Hydrangea paniculatas from the Southern Living plant collection. For those of you who don't know much about hydrangea paniculatas, these sometimes are referred to as tree hydrangeas. There was a variety that most people used to use called PG. It's still, you'll still see it planted frequently, but there are new hybrids of all different shapes and sizes. Most of them still getting quite large, 10, 12, even 15 or 20 feet in height over some period of time. I chose this White Wedding variety because I can hold this variety less than 6 feet in height. Pretty easy to keep this one anywhere between 4 and 6 feet. It'll get about 3 to 5 feet in width. For those of you who haven't been watching my videos, I am turning this side of my property into a white garden. This is one of the first pieces that's going in. I think going down this way right here, I'm going to put a row of U's. Utopia U is the U that I'm going to use, and I can turn those into little boxes going that way. And going this way, I'm going to use Baby Jim boxwoods going right here. These Baby Jim boxwoods will get up about this high. That's where I'm going to keep them. These hydrangeas will be behind them, and the flowers will be up just above them to anyone that's passing by behind me. And of course, on my side, I'll get the full color. I'm going to underplant them on the other side with a lower flowering, white flowering shrub of some kind. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm going to use several different groups of hydrangea paniculatas behind these formal plantings out on the edge is my plan. And like I say, this is the first piece that's going in. Another reason that I chose this variety, I want you to take a look at this. A lot of people ask me questions about hydrangea paniculatas and how to keep them from flopping over. Look how upright this variety is. The stems are much stronger on it than most of the other varieties that are on the market. So it holds the flowers up big and tall like this. And if you haven't had a hydrangea paniculata, these are great for cut flowers. These flowers will start off green in early summer and get wider and wider and wider as the summer goes on. This is one of the longest blooming plants you'll own. These bloom pretty much the entire summer into fall until they meet cold resistance. Extremely, extremely cold already. These grow all the way up to zone 3 and then down to zone 8. So there's almost most of the United States you can grow this plant. And such a long bloom time, they're just fantastic. And that's true of any hydrangea paniculata, but I really like this one because I can control the height on it and it holds the flowers up big and tall without me having to do a lot of extra pruning on it. I have very, very heavy clay soil in this corner. I'm going to use some pine bark soil conditioner, about 50-50 with the clay I pulled out of the hole. I dug the holes about twice as wide as the root ball on these. This is a plant that I'm just not that worried about. I don't think I'm going to kill hydrangea paniculatas as long as I take them out of the container, break the roots up a little bit if they're tightly wound around, amend that clay a little bit. If I had sand, I might use compost or peat moss or something like that. But in this case, I need to drain this clay a little bit. I'm going to leave them sitting up just a little bit above the grade, pull the soil up to the edge of that, put my old pine straw back in place. I got a little bit of new pine straw here. I may dress it up some, but I'm actually going to mulch this entire space after I finish doing this planting, so I'm not that worried about that. If you're interested in putting a plant in your yard, it just gives you color all summer long with almost no maintenance, and I mean almost no maintenance. This is the one to use. It's not like the old-fashioned hydrangeas that if they get damaged in the winter, if the winter's too severe, the buds get damaged, or if a deer eats them or something like that, then you lose the flowers. These actually bloom on new growth. So you can cut this plant hard coming out of winter, and that's what I'll do. I'll probably every year cut them down to about the height of those boxwoods so that they come up about 1.5 feet or so above them and bloom right in that height range. That should be perfect for me every year, and I'll always get flowers, no matter what comes along and damages this thing in the wintertime. So I'm going to stop talking and get to planting. Thank you very much for watching my video, and if it was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also comment below with any questions you have about hydrangea paniculatas, especially White Wedding.